RollingRedneck.
I'm Sphincter Envy.
And you're listening to
We Roll With It.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Sphincter Envy's back from her sabbatical, or whatever it was.
I am. I was out selling some crack. That's what I was doing. It's a very important crack selling business. No one suspects me.
Well, today's episode, we'll be talking about a different kind of crack. Video games.
It's true. Legal crack.
So, let's get it started with how we got started. What was your first video game?
Gosh, I don't know if I actually played it, but I think it was either watching my brother play Zelda or Super Mario for Super NES.
What a coincidence. My first video game was Super Mario World for the SNES.
Dude,
Although I think the first video game I saw on a home console was one of those generic Street Fighter ripoffs.
oh, I completely forgot about Street Fighter.
Yeah, because during that era, every game wanted to be Street Fighter. There was like all kinds of crazy ripoffs.
Yeah. Now, I know when I actually played, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed Mario Paint. I think one of my favorite parts was the music part and making the cats meow.
I like the fly swatting game better.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say that was probably another favorite was that one. Were they flies or bees? I want to say they were bees.
It was flies, bees, moths.
Oh, really?
A giant robot bug thing.
Oh, okay.
Or I think it was gnats. I think there were gnats, bees, then flies, then maybe a moth or something.
After that, it was Yoshi's Story for the 64.
I never got a 64 actually, but I had like an expansive collection of SNES games of varying quality.
Nice.
What was your favorite game, regardless of console?
It's changed recently. Okay, before Animal Crossing came out, New Horizons, it was Harvest Moon. And my favorite Harvest Moon was Back to Nature, the PlayStation 1 version. And then Animal Crossing New Horizons came out, and that blew Harvest Moon out of the water. And then recently, Hello Kitty Island Adventure came out, and that blew Animal Crossing out of the water. So that's currently my favorite.
So you like the farming games, huh?
I do like farming games, but I like farming games with role-playing in them, especially the relationships. But I don't know if you get to have your own relationship in Hello Kitty, though. So, we'll see. But I like that about Harvest Moon.
I guess my favorite game that I've played for the SNES would have to be Secret of Mana.
Oh, yeah. Me too. That was... Or was it Legend of Mana?
There's Legend of Mana does exist, but that's a totally separate game. It is a good game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit of a complicated series, some of which wasn't released stateside until, 2 years ago. There's a Sword of Mana, then Secret of Mana, and then Legend of Mana, and then some other stuff that wasn't really very good.
Yeah. I loved...
And then there was Trials of Mana, which is a re-release of Seiken Densetsu 3.
Were they all for Super NES?
Let's see. Sword of Mana, I think, was for the Game Boy and was released on the Game Boy as Final Fantasy Legend in America, because everything was released on the Final Fantasy label, because this is like America's first taste of JRPGs. God, I'm such a goddamn nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Secret of Mana was released.
I love Legend of Mana.
Secret of Mana was released under Secret of Mana, and then Trials of Mana wasn't released, and there had to be some people made an English patch of it. And if you want to see me play Secret of Mana or Trials of Mana, you can go to my YouTube channel.
I need to start that again. It was so much fun. I could never play Legend of Mana, like place the artifacts on the map in the right order, so my quests would always be fucked up eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what the guides are for.
I know. So yeah, I need to start over. It would be fun. I love that game because there aren't a lot, as you know, a lot of action games that we can play as people with disabilities. And those turn-based ones, like Legend of Mana and anything by Square Enix, or most anything.
Is Legend of Mana actually turn-based? I don't think it is, because I've played it.
Yeah, it is. Well, wait, no, you're right. It's good for me because it's a side scroll.
Ah, yeah.
That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember. But yeah, that was one that came out for the PlayStation 1. And I was given a PlayStation 1 for my 12th birthday right after my stroke. And that's when I had my first quad stick.
Ah.
So, yeah. And back then, quad sticks were made in a guy's garage. And it consisted of a block of wood and PVC pipe.
So, how did you not get electrocuted?
I guess because the controller was encased in plastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's at least a different question from the ones you usually get when people ask about the quad stick.
That's true. For those of you who don't know, quad stick is a sip and puff controller for PC or any console you want. It's amazing.
We should see if it works with XCOM, maybe?
Is that not Xbox?
No, XCOM is a video game series.
Oh.
And I have XCOM War of the Chosen, and I think it's multiplayer.
What console?
Turn-based strategy.
But what console?
It's on Android, PC, Xbox. Pick a thing. It's probably on it. It's like Doom.
Yeah. Cool.
And you get to blow up aliens.
Fun. What are some of your other favorite genre of games?
Well, let's see. If you haven't visited my YouTube channel, and you should, mostly my favorite genre is RPGs.
Mm-hmm. Mine too.
For 3 reasons. 1, and this is very important, they're very accessible to my fingers, which often don't do what I want them to do. 2, they're mostly solo player, and we'll get to that. And 3, I like the music and the stories.
Yeah. Any other genres?
Let's see. Other genres. I do Skyrim, things like that. Especially in games where there's a lot to do. I like the Saints Row games. At least Saints Row 3 and 4. 1 and 2 needed some work, especially in the controls department.
Would those be open world games if that's a genre?
Yeah, they're like a GTA on
Yeah.
on speed, basically.
Yeah. Sean, my partner, likes the Saints Row game.
Yeah, I love Saints Row 3 because they just throw in the Aqua Teen Hunger Force name.
What about any simulation games?
Let's see. When I was a kid, I would play Microsoft Combat Flight Simulator at my grandpa's.
I loved SimCity. I love all the Sims.
Oh yeah, I played SimCity. I wanted to play it again, but the mouse and my fingers are not cooperating.
What about Pokemon? Have you ever
Oh
played
yeah, I played the hell out of Pokemon Generations 1 and 2.
On Game Boy?
Yep. There is actually a mod for the Pokemon Generation 2 called Pokemon Crystal Clear, and it is the best Pokemon mod I've ever seen in my life. You know why it's the best?
Why?
Because I don't have to trade with people.
Trade or train?
Trade. Like, you know how they won't let you
Yeah.
get all the Pokemon unless you trade with
Yeah.
all other people?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Pokemon Crystal Clear, they don't make you do that. They have someone who will trade with you.
Cool.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I was in a church that was really bizarrely against Pokemon for some strange reason. We'll deal with that in a later episode. But yeah, basically I didn't really have options for getting a Gengar or a Steelix or a whatever.
Yeah. Have you ever played Pokemon Snap?
No, I can't say I have, although one of my best friends has.
That's a fun game. I bet you'd like it.
Right now, the game I'm really into is Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
I may or may not have named my character Genocidicles.
It's a pretty cool name.
Yeah, mostly may.
Yeah.
Because why befriend the goblins when you can stick an axe in them?
True that. It's not like they're, well, I was going to say there aren't nice goblins, but there are one. I can think of one nice goblin. And I think that would be Hoggle from the Labyrinth. I believe he was a goblin.
I never actually saw that movie.
Oh my god. You admitted it. I didn't say it. Everyone heard him say he's never seen the Labyrinth. So,
I'm not really a movie person, okay?
that's just an excuse. It's like saying, oh, I'll never see David Bowie's finest film work. Or one of Jim Henson's finest movies.
Who the hell is David Bowie?
Seriously.
No, I'm just fucking with you there.
I figured so. Yeah, we'll have to watch that sometime.
Yeah, I know who David Bowie is. I'm friends with Killstring. I have no excuses not to know.
Well, good job, Killstring.
Yeah, we would be in the college student center at lunch. You'd be showing me different kinds of music. Like, I'd make a joke, and you'd be like, I have the perfect song for that with an exact title of your joke. And that's how he introduced me to Electric Six.
Nice.
But back to video games. What are your favorite genres besides farming?
Well, you just named it. Simulation and simulation RPG, is that what it's called? Sim RPG, whatever. And, turn-based adventure. When I was able-bodied, I really liked Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. When I knew that, or when I got the quad stick, the new one, I was very naive about my skills. And I was told the person I was dating back then, I was like, oh, this is great. I'm going to get Mortal Kombat. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to play. Oh, God. No. I could not play that game. Even on easy mode, it wasn't easy.
Yeah, I'm the same way with shooters and fighting games.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because that's the genres my best friends play.
Yeah.
Although my best friend is leading me on a Baldur's Gate run. And God bless him, he is very patient because I'm just like, okay, loot, 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 loot.
Yeah. All I could think about when getting Mortal Kombat was playing with my brother. Because that's where I learned from, was playing video games with my brother. So he would have kicked my ass so hard. But it was fun, and seeing all the fatalities was cool, and the new graphics with the incredible graphics and the realistic blood. And Sean just played, had fun for a while. So.
Yeah. I played Mortal Kombat in the mall in the arcade once.
Yeah.
And Mom, I think it was Mortal Kombat 4, the first 3D game. And Mom's like, no, we don't need to continue playing this.
Oh, another one of my favorite games was Pokemon Pinball. That was really fun. It was on a Game Boy Color. I played that while riding on the metro in DC when I visited my sister in Jasmine before my stroke, obviously.
Yeah.
I would love to play that again. And I looked it up on the Switch because, you know, they have like all their Super NES games uploaded onto the Switch server or whatever. And they didn't have that one. They have all the other ones, but not Pokemon Pinball. I was like, motherfucker. Just ruin that.
And I'm just like, I listen to these stories like that, and I'm just like, why doesn't Nintendo just upload all of their stuff? I mean, if they're constantly going to court for people for pirating their games, let me buy it legally.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to buy Trials of Mana legally when I was back in college before they finally just made a remake. But I couldn't, so I had to buy the patch, the English patch. I didn't buy it, I downloaded it.
Oh, I just realized if I want to play Legend of Mana, I'm gonna have to get on the PlayStation. And the quad stick for the PlayStation it's okay, but it has like this thing where it times out after 30 minutes.
Oh.
It's really stupid, and you have to keep going in and reconnecting it.
Well, hang on. I'm looking at Steam right now, and this is available for PC.
What is?
Legend of Mana.
Really? On Steam? Is it for PC, you said?
Yeah.
But not for Mac? But still, PC would be good. Better than that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Although it's for a bullshit price.
Yeah, what's the bullshit price?
$29.99.
Yeah, I'll add it to my wish list.
Yeah. So wait for the big sale.
Yep. That's what all us poor folk do.
Yep. And also, on the subject of a Mana series, don't get the remake of Secret of Mana. Get Secret of Mana Classic.
Yeah.
Because the Secret of Mana remake's voice acting is just cringe.
Can you send me the link of the one you were looking at? Because I want to see if it's the same one that I played.
Yeah, let me, hang on a second. My fingers are fucking with me as usual.
I was in college, and I sat up really close to the board and stuff so that I could see really good and hear really well. And one day, my teacher, she's able-bodied, and she said she was having issues, and she said, "God, don't you hate it when your fingers don't work?" Oh, I loved it so much. I looked at her and I lifted my arms as much as I could.
Let the roasting begin.
Yeah, those few centimeters. I was like, every day. Oh, it was so good. She was so embarrassed, and then she told my advisor about it, and they both laughed about it so hard. I was like, I wouldn't have been embarrassed. Yeah. Okay, that is the one.
Yeah, although I never really could figure out the weapon crafting system.
Oh, no?
No, I think you need like a math dissertation for that. For all I know, someone did write a math dissertation.
I really loved the tree that gave you all the weird fucking fruit from Legend of Mana.
Ah, yeah.
That's so cool.
It's actually weird you don't get to eat it and build your stats.
Yeah. That would make too much sense.
Yeah, really. But speaking of things that make no damn sense, let's talk about trends in gaming we wish would fucking die.
Explain.
Like stupid things like...
Oh, trends.
Yeah.
Okay, you go first.
Unskippable puzzles.
Oh, yeah. Can't get past this, so they should have like an alternative. Like, hey, if you can't fucking move, skip this puzzle. And not just necessarily that. Hey, if you don't want to fuck with this for 2 hours, skip this puzzle.
Yeah.
Or at least, build up some fucking coin or something and pay for it.
Yeah. Because I play an RPG to make my numbers go up and kill monsters. I don't want to deal with someone's moon logic bullshit because they played the Myst series like, oh, I can make this work in my game. And for those who don't know, for those of you kids, why are you watching this show, first of all? But Myst was like a really famous puzzle PC series.
Oh, man, yeah.
Where you'd have to solve a bunch of puzzles, most of which made no goddamn sense.
Yeah, really. Did you ever solve any? I never did.
No. And the reason why we have all these puzzles in the old RPG games was because there's a guide maker called Prima. I don't know if they're still around, but basically they want to make it so you have to buy the guide to solve the puzzle. It's like that one joke in Toy Story where the dinosaur was playing the Buzz Lightyear game. They make it so you have to buy the book.
I didn't even think about computer games. Did you ever play The Incredible Machine?
Nope, that sounds too puzzly for me.
Oh, yeah.
But also, when I was a kid, we weren't allowed to download games on the family computer.
Yeah.
Because that was how Dad did his business stuff as well, so...
Yeah. Well...
We were afraid of the computer crashing.
Yeah.
Although, Here's a weird story. When I was a kid, the computer did crash, but it wasn't my fault, even though people say it was, because I wasn't the one downloading 20 million different screensavers.
Yeah.
Or 20 million different backgrounds, Mom.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I need this new screensaver. Oh, I can I can take this photo, make it my desktop thingy.
So,
Yeah.
I have a question. I was paying attention. I just got distracted by a game. Did you say Visions of Mana was good or bad?
I don't know about Visions of Mana. It might be good. It looks good. I just haven't bought it yet.
Yeah.
But it's the Secret of Mana remake. That's the one that's bad. Yeah, get the classic SNES Secret of Mana.
Oh,
You can download it on Android. I think it's available for PC still.
And Visions of Mana is ridiculously expensive.
Yeah. The other trend in gaming that I hate is mini games. I have made no secret of this in my various Let's Plays. But it's like, oh, I'm playing a game about trading commodities in space. Oh, suddenly I got to do a racing game. Or I'm playing an RPG. Suddenly I got to do a racing game. I don't want to do a racing game.
Yeah, I don't want
Otherwise,
that either.
I would have bought a racing game.
Yeah. They do that some in Hello Kitty. Except you're just running. It's like, I don't want to chase Pachaco, thanks. Why are we chasing each other? It's one thing if I got my friend over here, but I didn't pay for Switch Online. For that reason, minigames are interesting.
Yeah. Although, I have gotten a minigame neutered due to good old-fashioned all-American complaining.
Nice. For what?
It was for an old MMO game called Adventure Quest Worlds. And there was this story sequence where you had to do a DDR minigame. I don't know how you work DDR into a fantasy game. But apparently somebody did. And it must be somebody's... Yeah, Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh, I thought you said DVR, like digital video recording.
No.
Yeah.
But apparently someone thought Dance Dance Revolution was a good idea to have as a mandatory minigame. And I went to the forum and I said, hey, this is a bit of an accessibility issue. Not all of us can play DDR. Please add a skip button so I can go back to playing the game I want to play. Now, of course, there were the standard forum replies of, just get good. Just get good at the game. Stop complaining, blah, blah, blah. And this kind of shit is why I don't call myself a gamer. But eventually, someone in the mod team noticed, like, yeah, this cripple asshole's got a point.
Oh, wow. So they took it off for you.
No, they didn't take the game off. They just added a skip button.
Well, still, same thing. Semantics.
So for those that are really desperate to play DDR on their keyboard for some reason, rather than going out and buying a playmat and playing actual Dance Dance Revolution, the option was there.
Okay, you said Trials of Mana sucks, right?
No, Secret of Mana, the remake.
Okay.
Trials of Mana, the remake of the Seiken Densetsu 3, is also reasonably good. Basically, I think Secret of Mana, the remake, was just them getting the kinks out.
Yeah.
So, what accessibility measures should gaming companies take to make their games more accessible?
Well, I noticed something interesting. There is a way to, like on Steam, check for accessibility features, but there is no accessibility rating. So I think that would be a big step. No pun intended.
A big roll.
Yeah. So, yeah, I noticed that because I was really hoping there was. I was like, oh, Steam will have their shit together. No. Nope, nope, nope. So I think that would be a first good roll. What about you?
Let's see. Ways companies can make their games more accessible. Let's see. I've already covered the adding a skip button to mini games that are out of genre.
Yeah.
Because remember, if you're disabled, you're playing certain games because that genre is accessible to you.
Yeah.
I would like to see, controller supports for accessible controllers.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they usually say that. That's one thing they have said on there. But like I said, there's no accessibility rating. I think there should be like a percentage where people can go and click and see specifically these are what the accessibility things that this game offers.
Maybe we can do that.
Maybe.
Hey, Valve. We'll be happy to test games for accessibility.
Absolutely. Who's Val?
Now, what is the worst game you've ever played?
Worse because of accessibility, or worse because I just
because
didn't
it's
want.
fucking awful.
I don't know. You answer first and come back to me.
Home Alone 2, Lost in New York for the SNES.
Nice.
I was a big fan of the Home Alone series.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this will probably be good. It was not. Which is really sad because Home Alone 2 has some good game potential. Setting traps, making people walk into traps.
Yeah. What console was the first one on?
SNES. Yeah, no, there's nothing telling you what you have to do. So you're just running around in confusion, and everything kills you in one hit.
Oh, I really like Spyro too. Or Spyro as well.
Spyro's great.
Yeah.
Can you still play Spyro on your quad stick?
Oh yeah. Yeah, if I want to get on the PlayStation. But I just prefer not to. I prefer to get on the Switch because it's more accessible.
I think Spyro Reignited is on the Switch and the PC.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Probably.
I know it's on the PC because I have it.
Huh. Wonder how much it is.
Entirely too much. I
Probably.
won it in a raffle on Twitch. Yeah, a Twitch streamer named Nash, I think I'll put the shout out in the comments or something, was doing a Christmas raffle thing, and it was like, and he was offering the raffle to all the people or something that were on the stream, and I said, what the hell? Because I never win raffles anyway.
Yeah. Have you ever played Kingdom Hearts?
I've seen it played.
Yeah.
My best friend played it.
I've never played it. I've seen it played too.
In the event I get motivated to try to untangle the web of nonsense that is the Kingdom Hearts story, I might try to play through it.
Yeah.
Because my friend was playing Kingdom Hearts 3, and neither of us know what the hell anyone was talking about.
Yeah.
And he played the first two games.
What about Life is Strange? Did you ever play that?
No, I have not.
Yeah.
But I have seen it played.
And, you know, the elephant in the room.
Yeah, the girl becomes quadriplegic and becomes boring.
Yeah, because that's what happens. Nobody wants to fool with her hair anymore.
If anything, they should have made her more insane.
Yeah, that's what actually happens. Yeah, if she's still in there, she's going to be very unhappy. Oh, but you're going to ask me something. You said, oh, and then I stopped you.
Yeah, let's see.
Apparently, 1 in 5 gamers will have, or will, let's see, I'm not going to say it right, face disability. And I thought about it, I was like, that doesn't seem right, you know? It seems kind of low, I think. Because what that says is 2 out of 10 people will have some kind of disability. And I don't think that seems right.
Well,
Because I would think, that even invisible disabilities are still in there. And it just seems interesting. What do you think?
let's look at the stats on disability. Let's see. Well, according to the CDC, more than 25% of adults report having a disability of some kind. So 20% seems relatively in the ballpark. And let's face it, a good reason why a lot of us play video games is because the outside isn't always accessible to us.
Yes, social interaction.
Like when I was a kid, every other house had stairs, so that did sort of limit my options for going to sleepovers and other social events.
I'm sure you've heard of ablegamers.com, the foundation, I guess, or the charity, and that's all they do is get people with disabilities playing video games. And that's their main goal, is social interaction.
But speaking of social interaction, let's talk about MMOs.
Okay.
Have you ever played a massive multiplayer online game?
Oh, actually, no.
Basically, it's video games, but with
Like,
people.
yeah, like WoW.
WoW, Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
During the early 2000s, there were like a bunch of browser games. And I got heavy into those because, again, not allowed to download stuff for the family computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to know what the biggest one I got into was when I was in high school?
What?
Neopets.
I love any kind of, if it's close to Tamagotchi, I'm there.
Yeah. It's a complicated story, but long story less long, I met my first girlfriend.
Yeah.
Her screen name is Dawn Winters. When we were both on Neopets.
Yeah.
We didn't date till we were of age, just to be very clear.
I don't think anybody cares, but RollingRedneck, sorry.
Yeah.
You started it, you gave out her name.
Well, that was her screen name, not her real name.
Oh.
I'm not that much of an asshole.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the relationship ended amicably.
I know, we've talked about it.
Mostly amicably. But the reason it ended wasn't her fault or mine, really, as far as I remember.
So, did you like the experience of MMO? I think it would be overwhelming. Especially if you can't type very fast.
Well, the main browser game I got into was called Hardus. It was one of those space trading type games,
Yeah.
and it was 2D and so it worked with my epilepsy at the time.
Yeah.
But I actually accidentally ended up working my way into a high-ranking position of my alliance. And oh dear God, it was just a lot of fucking babysitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to be diplomat between my alliance and other alliances, telling people, please stop provoking other people.
Yeah.
It's like,
Telling the trolls to quit trolling and the trolls to quit trolling.
yeah, like, we're supposedly mostly adults here. And sometimes, and during wars, I'd be up early in the morning helping conduct war operations. Eventually, I'm just like, I'm not in college anymore. To quote the guy from Lethal Weapon, whatever, I'm too old for this bullshit. And I think that's a lot of people's experience with MMOs. You
Yeah.
get into it in your early 20s because you can finally play games without your mom supervising you. And it's like, you get in your 30s and it's mostly fucking babysitting other people.
Mm-hmm.
Or hearing people scream ethnic slurs at you. I really don't understand that part. Like, you're paying money just to scream ethnic slurs at random people.
Yeah, that seems a bit immature.
And then you're whining on the forum when someone bans your ass. Or you're screaming, but my free speech! Like, why is saying the N-word in a forum post or over the microphone that important to you? I'm white as hell. I don't get it.
Because they can't see you.
It's like, are you a fucking toddler?
Most likely. So, any other amusing gaming stories?
Let's see. Trying to think.
Yeah.
I mean, there was an amusing gaming story, but that is for the tabletop gaming session.
Yeah. What about, well, you already said you didn't get to play a lot of computer games as a kid. My parents were big believers in early technology, and so they bought a lot of kids' games. And there was Arthur's Teacher Trouble and Grandma and Me, like the book series. I'm pretty
I
sure.
never heard of that.
No?
Nope.
Oh, so good. And I think there was one for Martha Speaks. Yeah, there's a lot of fun software for kids.
I played Carmen Sandiego and Oregon Trail when I was at school.
Hell yeah. Uh-huh.
And that's how I learned geography. Because the social studies teacher was turning social studies into art class. That'll be another topic. Yeah. But and my grandpa had another game called Little Howie's Funhouse. It featured Howie Mandel as like a bear child. And there would be the math adventure as a little bear kid.
Oh, okay.
Seriously, Howie Mandel was in that. Let me just double check that to make sure. Yep, it was Howie Mandel. It was during that time when he would stick a latex glove up his nose or something to make his voice higher. He had some kind of gimmick to make his voice higher, but his doctors told him to stop doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah, and this was before his gig on Deal or No Deal.
Mm-hmm. And America's Got Talent.
Yeah, apparently he was also on Bobby's World.
Yeah. You didn't know he was Bobby?
I did not. It wasn't really a show I watched.
Oh. Oh, he didn't love his mom? Don't you know? Well,
my
okay, go ahead.
most amusing gaming story thus far has been playing a game called Art of War 3 once in a while. And sometimes the mission will vary, like destroy the enemy's base or capture the flag. And it was a capture the flag mission. And just before the other guy won the capture the flag, I had destroyed his base.
It's like, oh, what base?
Can't capture the flag if all your people are dead, I guess.
No. Oh, no one to defend your precious flag. I have probably more amusing stories, but I can only think of one right now. So it was probably 2000 the year 2000, when I got my original quad stick, and it broke shortly after that, probably a couple of years. I definitely didn't have it when Sean and I first got together. Well, I think I did, but it broke shortly after, and it just didn't work. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, so after Sean and I came out as poly, I started dating a guy online, and that relationship ended pretty quickly. But the only reason I don't regret that relationship is because when he and I talked on Skype for the first time, he told me about the new quad stick. So, and then I started my YouTube campaign to get crowdfunding for it. And the rest is history.
And let's see. I have one more amusing story.
Yeah.
This one from the world of, I don't know, basically any RPG I've done this, but I've occasionally run past the thing I was looking for so many times. If you watch my YouTube video, you'll probably see me doing that. You'll be looking at me going, where is this thing the game wants me to find? And you're looking at me you're looking at the computer screaming, it was right next to you, you stupid fucker!
And what game?
Any game I play, really.
Oh, yeah. It happens.
But yeah, I think that's all I got for this episode.
Well, I would just want to say that my favorite game growing up, again, was Harvest Moon Back to Nature on the PlayStation 1. And I would play it for hours. Hours! It was just the best. I've played it so many times, like, I mean, oh my god, I wouldn't even need to play it again. I know exactly what's gonna happen. Yeah, it would just be stupid.
We probably should try Sunhaven again now they actually have the game.
I know it. I'm sorry. I don't think we tried it at all. But I've thought about it because we need to. I know.
Things you can do for your Twitch account. Have me screwing up your Sunhaven playthrough.
Yeah. I'll try and work on broadcasting on Twitch. That's a good thing for me to do.
Yeah. Or if you ever get the money, we can try Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay.
And before we end our tonight's broadcast, I'm going to announce something that we will be presenting on the Patreon.
Yeah.
As some of you know, I am a writer. And as some of you may also have noticed, I don't really have a lot of photos to present. So, I am writing a fantasy story for Though We Roll With It Patreon thingamajig.
It's really good. I love it. so far.
Yeah. It's going to be called The Wolf Mage Chronicles. It is a mid to high fantasy story about a person who can't walk, and he has a big dog to help him get around.
Yes, I encourage everyone to go read it. Do you think we should, I'm conflicted on this, make our Patreon free?
Sure, why not?
The only reason I'm conflicted is because my pictures, my family pictures. But it's a gamble, and I know that. But it's only like 15 of them. So if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. There's no loss.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Again,
everybody go check out the Patreon. It's free. And if you like what you see and hear, maybe tip us a few bucks. We'll still put up content even if you don't. And what are we going to talk about next?
Let's see. Our usual pattern has been a lighthearted, serious.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking we should go into a serious topic, especially for people with disabilities. Weight loss.
Yeah, the struggle. The struggle.
Yeah. And the journey I've been on.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. Talk to you guys later.
And so look out for our next episode. It's called Wait, There's More.
That was fun.
I love my puns.
I did.
Credit for music goes to Alex Productions. You can find them on YouTube. We'll put a link in the description. Have a nice day, everybody.